Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty, the crappy color artist. Today we're going to color, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to take this color by numbers and we're going to do it twice. We're going to do it once with the colors that it recommends and then once with a random set of colors assigned to the numbers that they have. So here are the ones that they're supposed to do. And we'll do that first, and then we'll choose some colors randomly, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, let's get right into it. So getting into it really isn't that much to get into, really, you know? I mean, it's just coloring. I did try to do this a couple of times already with, I tried it with crayons, and, you know, I got like halfway through the black and I started to get into like these little itty bitty tiny areas, and I know I can sharpen a crayon, and the crayon had a sharpener. You know, I got the big box. I have a couple of big boxes. I have so many crayons, I don't know what to do with them. Anyways, so, you know, I didn't like it. So I went to colored pencils. They are Crayola. They're basically just crayons in wood, which is fine. And the black takes me so much longer than everything else because I'm really pressing down. Like, I really want this black to be like black, you know? I don't want to be able to see any of the, you know, like the scribble marks. Everything else after this color, I'm just like, screw it. I don't care that much. I really, really don't. Why am I trying so hard? It's just gonna waste so much color. But that's always been my thing. That's part of the reason that's why I like paint, but I don't use paint like acrylic paints, because they're thick, they're solid. Well, they're not always thick. I guess they're not always solid either. Oh well. I like things that aren't transparent. But I think that the next time I try one of these, because I probably will again, I'll talk about it later, but I think the next time I try one of these, I'm going to use like alcohol markers or maybe some paint markers. I don't know. I have a lot of watercolor markers. Nah, that would just be a waste of the watercolor paint. But look, we're almost done with the black and we're a quarter of the way into the whole video. Almost. But yeah. I like coloring. Adults should color. It is very, you know, it's time consuming. Each one of these took me like 2 hours-ish. This one took me a little bit longer than the other one because, like I said, the black just took me forever. But yeah. Everybody needs to have a coloring book and coloring implements in order to color and relax. You take an hour out of your day every day and just do it. I need to take that advice for myself too, I think. I'm always good for giving other people advice and not taking it myself, you know? Do as I say, not as I do. It's how I was raised. How were you raised? I bet you were raised that way too. Everybody's raised that way. This orange though. I chose such a bad orange. I should have swatched them instead of just looking at the barrel color, because this was slightly more red than I was expecting it to be. And I'm glad that I didn't feel that I needed to, you know, like really lay the color down, because that would have like totally used up the entire orange. I'm sure of it. But we're getting really close to being done with the first one. It's going very, very well. It's very pretty. Like I said, I don't think I chose a very good orange, because remember, it comes with a color key and I have to match it up as well as I can. And I did. And the reason why I'm using a little bit of white paint is because the printer printed out those sections. It's very gray in the center, so I wanted to get rid of that gray. But here is the first one. It's done. It's very nice. I don't like that orange at all, but you know, that's okay. Now it's time for round number 2, and what I did was I went to my partner and I said, choose 9 colors, and he chose 9 colors, and then I plopped them down on the table in a random order and decided that I was going to do it that way. I actually plopped them down in a random order 3 times, but yeah, I still feel like it didn't choose very well. But yeah, I mean, I think it works out pretty well. It's not, the colors don't stand out from each other as well as I was hoping, but you know, yeah, I mean, it works and it's kind of cool, but the colors kind of blend into each other. So there's not enough contrast between the spots and like the background color, and that's okay. Overall, it worked pretty well, I think. But yeah, like I say, everybody needs a color. Go get yourself a coloring book. It can even be a naughty adult coloring book. You're allowed. They have some. They have a bunch. I think I have a cross stitch book somewhere that is relaxation for adults, and it has like naughty words in it and stuff like that. It's very fun. Someday I'll actually use it. I might use it to I don't know, I kind of want to play with those melt beads, you know, put them on a little pin board and in order, and never mind. But yeah, now I'm just rambling stupidly. Also trying to keep my cat, you know, entertained while I'm talking because she's being annoying and being really, really loud. And we don't want that. We don't need that. So if I seem distracted, it's because I am. But I want to get this voiceover done with because it's Tuesday. I edited it back on Friday, and I had time to do the voiceover on Friday, but I was just like, nah. Oh, and one thing that I did do differently with this page that I didn't do with the other page is that I put a second piece of paper underneath it so that I would stop picking up some of the texture from the table. Because while the table's not real, like, pieces of wood, it's just like laminate or something, you know, it still has texture, and it left texture. But I think these two came out really cute. Like I said, the definition, or the contrast, I mean, is just really not there on the second one, especially in the eyes. Ugh, I chose poorly, but I like them. I think they came out pretty well. What do you think? What would you have done differently? What colors would have you chosen? Well, I think those worked out really, really well. Here's the one with the right colors, even though I don't think I chose a good orange, but that's okay. So there is that, and here's the one that has the colors that were chosen for me. Kind of makes it look like some weird sloth bear. But, so, here are the colors that were chosen for me. And what I did was I went to my partner and I left him the colors that I had that I hadn't used because I didn't want to reuse a color that I'd already used. So I gave him the whole thing. It's only half full. But, and then he chose the 9 colors because there were 8 colors plus white, but I didn't want any white. So 9 colors, and this is what we got. There's not a lot of contrast in there. What I will probably do next time is I will do the right colors, because I still have a whole book of these, so eventually I'll do another one. But I'll do the right colors the first time, and then I'll take a color wheel and I'll do, you know, like the opposites. So like white will be black, black will be white, orange will be, what, purple? Probably. Teal? Orange will be teal? No, Yeah, orange will be blue. Orange will be blue. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, I think they came out pretty well. Here they are together. What do you think? What would you have done differently? What colors would you have used if you wanted to choose different colors of your own? Should I do more of these? Silly question, because I'm going to at some point. Just not anytime soon, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But yeah, all that being said and done, I think that worked pretty well. And, yeah. I'll thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Stay safe.